What's up, everyone? Welcome back. Today we're playing part 2 of Old Stick Fingers. Old Stick Fingers is a X black-green horror with star for its power and toughness. When you cast the spell, reveal cards from the top of your library until you reveal X creature cards. Put all creature cards revealed this way into your graveyard. Then put the rest on the bottom of your library in random order. And then Old Stick Fingers' power and toughness are each equal to the number of creature cards in your graveyard. So we're abusing this clause because Old Stick Fingers, when it ETBs, essentially allows us to tutor up a creature and put it in our graveyard. And if we only have one creature in our deck, then it will automatically grab that one creature. So this is a creatureless deck, except for Shigeki, which some of you may be familiar with, some of you may not. This is one of my favorite cards out of Kamigawa, probably my favorite Kamigawa card. Really awesome ability. So Shigeki is a 2-mana legendary enchantment creature snake druid. The main clause that we're concerned about with Shigeki is the channel ability, which is the bottom half of the card. So channel. For XX green, we discard Shigeki, and we return X target non-legendary cards from our graveyard to our hand. Now that does mean we can't get back our planeswalkers and stuff, but basically everything in this deck is non-legendary, the stuff that matters, the control pieces. So what we're trying to do is control the game with our spells, Thought Seizes, Fatal Pushes, all that kind of stuff, Heartless Act. We have a bunch of card draw in the One Ring, Phyrexian Arena. We have tutors to go get certain pieces if we need it in the match. Culling Ritual, destroy all non-land permanents, then add a bunch of mana. All the different board wipes that you can imagine, all the different removal. And then, of course, since we're in Golgari, we have all the different kinds of, different removal for basically anything. Like Binding of the Old Gods hits any non-land permanent. Same with Assassin's Trophy. So we're going to control the game. When we get to the point where we can turn the corner, so to speak, we play Old Stick Fingers, we get Shigeki into our graveyard. From there, we have a handful of spells like Urborg Repossession. So for 1 black, we can return target creature card from our graveyard to our hand, and then we gain 2 life. And then if we want to pay extra mana, we can kick it, and we can return another target permanent card from our graveyard to our hand. So we can return 2 cards if we kick it, but we don't have to. And the idea is we put Shigeki in our graveyard once we have one of these effects in our hand, and then we play it and get Shigeki into our hand. And then all the spells that we cast, all these Infernal Grasp and Heartless Axe and Go for the Throats and Assassin Trophies that are in our graveyard, we can just get them back in our hand over and over and over again, so that we never run out of cards. So that's the goal of the deck. Now, the one thing is you do need a lot of mana to make this channel ability work, because you have to pay XX green. So to get 1 card, you have to pay 4 mana with Shigeki. To get 2 cards, you have to pay 6, and so on and so forth. But as the game gets later and later, this ability gets better and better. And if we get to enough mana, if we get to 14 mana, we can get 6 cards back into our hand. So we can get to the point where we can start to refill our hand entirely, and that includes getting these cards, so we can loop it, right? We get 6 cards. One of those cards is one of these effects, and then we just put Shigeki back in our hand, and next time we need to get cards back, we make sure one of them is one of these, and we can loop it over and over and over again. So let's see if this works. I am very excited to play Golgari Control. If you like this kind of content, hit subscribe. Helps me grow the channel. Helps more people see my stuff. I personally think this would be a really cool commander deck. Maybe not so fun for your opponents, but if you're into control, I think this is a super fun way to have sort of a secret commander, where Old Stick Fingers is really just tutoring out your commander. Because if you play Shigeki in commander, you have to play mono green, which I actually do own a mono green Shigeki deck in paper, and it's a Turbo Fog deck. But that's kind of the only way you can build it, because you're in green, so you don't really have removal, so to speak. But if you're in Golgari, you have access to black and green. So that changes the whole way you build the deck. Emoti, okay, so Cascade, Nonsense. They get to go first, but we have Utopia Sprawl. Back to Nature is not really applicable in this matchup. Ritual Soot's probably not good either. This is probably a dead card as well. Unless they play mana creatures, then this is probably going to hit one of their mana creatures. Yeah, it's a pretty meh hand. Not great. But this might wipe up all their mana creatures as well. Okay, we'll keep. We have ramp, we have removal, and we can take their best card, so it's not awful. And then we drew another land, which is awesome. So we'll just do it like this. We need lots of black mana in this deck, so do it like that. Meathook Massacre, well, that is a good draw. That'll eventually be relevant. Okay, so... Huh. Well, okay, sure. No mana creature, huh? That's a ton of value. They can take an extra turn. Probably you. I don't think they have any enchantments in this deck, but this will kill any enchantments they put down. Okay, that's a target for our Elspeth's Nightmare. So we can get the Karn's Temporal Sundering. Is this an enchantment? No, it's not. Okay, I was gonna say. We could also just do that. Yep, Elspeth's Nightmare. Keep the Emoti deck from ramping. Take the best card out of their hand next turn. This hits an artifact or a creature. This is an enchantment, so they can't... At least right now, I don't think they can destroy it. This gets hit by Ritual Soot. Ghalta. Okay. Get rid of you. Drawing lands, which is awesome. They have no lands, so Emoti's not necessarily coming down next turn. We could just Heartless Act this and save the board wipe for later. I don't want to Old Stick Fingers yet because we don't have a way to get it back. So we either have to do this now or risk them drawing a land. If they draw the land, they're going to be able to play this anyway, so it doesn't matter. No, I think we pass. Rhystic Study. Well, this can kill Rhystic Study, so that's awesome. Yes, we pay the 1. Resolve. Auto pay. Get rid of your creature. My turn. So unfortunately that got rid of our ramp enchantment. However, yeah, no, we're not going to play this. Thank you, Arena, for suggesting that we could play this with no X value, but that would just kill it on the spot. Return from the Wilds. Okay. It's a good card. Life. You know, it'd be funny if we play this for 1. They might resculpt it, and then we get a 4/4. We don't have a way to get this back yet, but we also don't have anything else to do. They have enough mana to play a Modi, so I imagine that's what they're gonna do. Meat Hook Massacre would kill it. Ritual of Soot would not. Yeah, Modi. Hopefully something with low toughness. Yeah, that works. That'll be a nice clean sweep. Do we save ourselves the damage? Does it matter? We're going to sweep the board next turn. So I guess it doesn't matter. Might as well save the damage. Okay, well we have a way to get Shigeki back now. So that's good. We will... Meat Hook Massacre for 3. We can get Elspeth's Nightmare back too if we want. Llanowar Elves. They're reading my card. Ooh, that'll be good, but we're not... I think we're 1 mana short of that. We're 1 mana short of that. Is there any land down here that we can get back? Oh, we could get Utopia Sprawl. Ooh, because if we kick this, we can return a creature card and a permanent card. Yes. So... we'll kick it. Get you. And you. And if we get to enough mana, we can endlessly loop Casualties of War and start destroying all their lands. Slash other things. Gain 2 life, which is always nice. Yeah, we'll just put it on this one, that's fine. We'll just choose black. We already have double green and double black, so it doesn't really matter. I feel like we have more black cards than green cards in this deck. Could probably take out Plaza Heroes. I think I included that in the last version of this deck where we actually had Grizzlebrand. but probably not relevant in this deck where we're never actually going to play the creature. I mean, I guess it protects Hold Stick Fingers if we really cared that much, but once the creature's out of the graveyard, this is a 0/0 forever, so it doesn't really matter. They have the mana to cast Emoti. If they have a land, they can cast Ghalta, but it's pretty sad Ghalta. It would just come down as a 12/12 and then nothing else. So that makes sense. They're going to go with Emoti. Hopefully something irrelevant. Okay. So Reclamation Sage is good, but it doesn't really matter. Because we can just get it back with Urborg Repossession. They choose, that's actually wonderful, because now we can just get it back. Oh, we can just blow up their whole board? That's probably better than Casualties, right? Yeah. Bye-bye all your stuff. We really need to get some more mana going though, so I might end up playing Shigeki as a creature just to ramp a little bit. But then they can exile it, so that's probably not the right play. Because again, this isn't our commander, so if it gets exiled, it's gone forever. So I don't think they have a land, because if they had a land, they would slam it. Garruk's Uprising, sure, sure. Cool, drew a land. Handfall trigger. So do we just Casualties? Blow up this, blow up a land? Or do we wait? I think we just blow up a land, right? That's really good. And they only have one blue source right now. Yeah, we definitely Casualties. Sorry. I don't know why that took me so long to realize. Yep, and yep. Do you have a counterspell? They're gonna float the mana on my main phase. Yep. Okay. Oh, they drew an island, but they're still down a land. Okay. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. If we play Celestis, we go down to 5, and then we can Shigeki back Casualties, but we can't get 2 things. If we just pass here with open mana, we can Shigeki for 2 things, so we can get Casualties and the Urborg. So I think that's what we do here, since we have no pressure. Yeah, I would like to play the Celestis, but we just don't have enough mana to do everything. And Shigeki is more important right now. Because if we continually loop Casualties of War, this game is wrapped up. Put a stop here just to make sure that we don't get arena'd. End step. What's nice too is the channel ability is uncounterable. Unless the counter spell is like counter target ability. But a lot of decks don't run those types of things, so it's essentially an uncounterable effect. We're paying 4 for 2 cards. So we're gonna get you and you. Oh, okay. Wait. Sorry. Cancel. I see. They want me to do X, not the double X, just the X. You and you. Auto pay. I wish I had enough for 4, but I do not. My turn. Land. That's another good thing. We can gain life. But this is better, strictly speaking. So we can Casualties again. Enchantment. But We don't want to blow up our own enchantment. I guess, is this also enchantment? No. Okay. So just creature and land. Creature, land. So they're going to make a 4/4. That's smart. That's smart. Let's do this now since we have the mana. Go get Shigeki. Hopefully they'll start to get the idea of what's in store for them the rest of the game. Yeah, attack me with your 4/4, sure. They're counting their they're looking in their graveyard. I wonder if they have a... I mean, they're in green, so they might have a way to get a permanent back or something. Timeless Witness. Yeah, yeah. What are they going to get back? A land? No. Return target card? Yeah, so they can get a land. Oh, why would you not get a land? That's a weird choice, opponent. Okay. How much is Eternalize? 7? So we could spend this turn blowing up their board. Do we have a land in the graveyard? No. We could Celestis and Infernal Grasp, or we could Celestis and wipe their board. It'd be nice to do it when this is down as well. But that's okay. We have Infernal Grasp for the tracker. Oh, is this 4 mana? Oh, okay. I was thinking of Eternal Witness, not Timeless Witness. Oh well. All good. That was a little bit of a waste. Okay, that's cool. We can get a lot of cards back at instant speed. So we have what? 1, 2, 3, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So we can Shigeki for 4 cards. That's pretty good. One, two, three, four, 5. If they play a land, they can make 7. But they still don't have enough to play anything in their hand that I'm aware of. So let's just pass and Shigeki. We also get to loot with the Celestis. Yep. Malachor Rebirth. It's a land. Yeah, we can drop the Pulse. Again, it doesn't really matter because we can just get it back. Like whatever we put in the graveyard. Pulse is nice when we have a lot of mana because we can gain 6 every time versus just 2 with the Urborg, but the 3 mana is too steep right now to pay. Okay, so they're gonna sack a land, probably to go get 2 blue sources. What I would imagine, and then create 2 treasures. So I guess we could have Infernal Grasped. Hold on, let's see if it's too late to... Yeah, it's too late. It's too late. Okay. We should have killed this with that trigger on the stack. That was a bad call by me. But it's okay, we'll fight through this. We have the tools. So what are we looking to get back? Definitely casualties, probably Meathook Massacre. Maybe even Thoughtseize. Yeah. Oh, this is legendary, so we can't get it back. That's a bummer. But casualties will do just fine, and then Ritual of Soot will clean up the other stuff. Most of it, anyway. Resolve. So... Go here. Pass. They're gonna attack me. Sure. So we will... Dark Ritual. Shigeki. 4 cards. So you have to get you, and what? We can Elspeth's Nightmare to get rid of the Eternal Witness, or Timeless Witness, whatever it's called. We get Heartless Act. Probably Heartless Act. Pay... Oh, is that too much? We don't have enough for that? Cancel? Okay, hold on. Oh, resolve. Sorry, I didn't let it resolve. Whoops. So now we have what? 1, 2, 3, 6, 7, 10, right? So 10 minus... So we have 8 mana left over. Yeah. 4 cards. I can do math. Oh, you get Dark Ritual too? That's funny. Ritual Soot. You. Do it like this. Auto pay. Resolve. My turn. Timer's making me nervous. Take action. Trespasser's Curse. No, I like my hand. We'll get rid of the curse. Raise Dead. That's just another way to get stuff back. Is this instant speed? No, it's not. Okay. So... Play you. Gain a life. 1, 2, 3, 6, 7, 8. So we can get rid of the Timeless Witness. We have 8 here. So we can't do Casualties of War and the Elspeth's Nightmare, which is a bummer. Casualties of War. Target land. Is one of these an enchantment? No. Rouser. Target creature, target artifact. We can blow up one of their treasures. Done. Target artifact. Target creature. Target land. The Tireless Revisioner we do need to kill eventually. But, yeah. Now, do we Urborg now to get Shigeki back? I don't think they have a way in blue-green to exile graveyards. I'd be sort of surprised. So we could take a risk here and not do that. So let's kill the Tireless Provisioner. And then let them try to rebound from here. We can Elspeth's Nightmare the Timeless Witness next turn. Cavern of Souls. They named Druid. Is this a Druid? Probably, yeah. Take action. That's a great one. So we can double our basics, which we have a lot of. So we can discard Raise Dead because it's redundant. Command Tower, nice. Gain life. Virtue of Strength. Oh, they tap for triple. I forgot about that. They tap for triple. Get Shigeki back. So now we have a ton of mana. Take action. Crux of Fate. Yeah, we can ditch the Infernal Grasp since we can't cast it this turn anyway. In case they exile our graveyard, I want to keep this. I'm just playing cautiously. But now, with tripling our basics, we can... they eternalize the Timeless Witness, which is... I don't remember what that does. They make a 4/4 that's a copy of it or something. And then they bring Harrow back. Okay, take action. So they didn't have a way to exile my graveyard. So we can get rid of you. Because we can just get it back. This is now triple mana, so that's why it's... I mean, if I knew I was going to draw another one, then I wouldn't have done that, but... We can get rid of Harrow, which is the card they just put back in their hand. Okay. So now... What is it again? What's the... I forget the command to look at all your mana. We can add all of our mana in. Like this. And then we still have 4. So 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23. So we can get all of our cards back if we want. Z. Yeah. Pass turn. All they're going to do this turn is smack in for 4. Pass. Put an end step stop just so we don't get messed with by the client. Pass. Pass. Shigeki for 1 billion? We could probably do all 13, right? What was it? We had 24. What was it? I just forgot. I know we just counted. My apologies. Okay. 20, 22, 23. So we can get 10 cards back. So let's Shigeki for 10. You. Let's get Pulse now so we can start getting a bunch of life. Thoughtseize. Heartless Act. Crux of Fate. Timer's gonna make me time out. Yep. Oh, it's beautiful. Oh my god. Oh, this is why we play Control. What's the opponent supposed to do? And now I exiled their graveyard. And we can just get that back and play it again. So let's lead with Trespasser's Curse on you so we can gain life. Let's Casualties of War, target land, target creature. Do they have an artifact? No. Browser. So like this, creature. I hope the opponent understands that we're just going to do this until they give up, right? But they may not. Play a land. We can Thoughtseize them here. Yeah. Which is This one's by far the most annoying. We can pulse here, go get Shigeki, gain 6 life. Keep you in the bank. We're gonna have to discard the hand size, I think. So we might as well pump this guy. Is there anything in the graveyard we want to go get? Nope. Don't think so. We make a land. We'll do this land because it's the one we don't care about the most. And yeah. Have some board pressure. End turn, we have to discard. Let's get rid of Dark Ritual. I don't think we're gonna need it. Gain a life, take action. Yeah, let's drop the land. We have a ton of mana. I'm not worried about mana at this point. Alright, the opponent trudges on. Take action. This is the least applicable card right now. Do it like this, gain a life. Attack in. We have lethal next turn unless they get rid of this land. And I think we got it wrapped up. We got a bunch of instant speed removal. So yeah, let's just end the turn and put it on the opponent to figure out something. Trying to think, like maybe a River's Rebuke, but they don't have double blue. Cyclonic Rift, if they have that in their deck. I don't remember what the blue requirement is. I think it's just 1 blue, so I think they actually have perfect mana for Cyclonic Rift. Which, you know, would definitely delay the inevitable, because it would bounce this land and bounce all of our stuff and our like triple mana things, but I think we'd still be really well set up against that. They're gonna explore. Right on. No land drop. Yep. Salty rope? Salty rope from the opponent? I mean, you're playing a Modi, right? I mean, how salty can you be? So yeah, I think this was a great game to demonstrate the power of Shigeki. Really underestimated card, but such a awesome card design. And then the ability to just use these really low mana curve spells to get it back in our hand constantly. And a lot of the ones we have in the deck, like Urborg here, have added benefit if we kick them or whatever. Some of them are instant speed, which is really cool too. But you know, this card allows us, this is one of the better ones, allows us, it gains us life first of all, which is not to be taken for granted. I mean, we're in black, so we don't have, a lot of our value makes us lose life. So this gains us a little bit of that life back. We have no creatures to block with, so that life could help us survive long enough to get to a board state like this. And then we also get a second permanent back if we kick it. And as our mana grows, it becomes more and more likely that we're going to be able to kick it. Okay, so they eventually decide to play a land. Let's just put them out of their misery. Beautiful. Chef's kiss. Graveyard control is one of my all-time favorite Magic the Gathering strategies. It's just, if you don't have a way to combat it with like exile, graveyard exile, or even just like exile effects in general to make sure the stuff doesn't go in the graveyard, or you have like a Leyline of the Void or Rest in Peace, which most decks don't run those types of effects in the main deck. They're seen as like unnecessary add-ins. So a lot of the time people don't have answers for unlimited graveyard value. It is just such a demoralizing deck to play against, because it's like just when you think that you've turned the corner on that deck, they go, oh, well, all that stuff you got rid of, whoop, right back into my hand. Opponent goes first. Tutor, ramp. Way to get Shigeki back in our hand. Thalia. This is a really annoying commander. So I think we turn 1 dig up to get a land, and then later on we'll get dig up back to tutor up stuff that we want against this deck. So I think this being in our hand makes this keepable. And the fact that Thalia costs so much, I think we might be able to Eldest Reborn it if we curve out and ramp. So we'll keep. So let's do it like this. Go get a land. We need another green source. I mean, this will get one, but let's... They're going to crack their Windswept Heath in response. Okay, sure. Get their Triome. Makes sense. We get a basic here, right? So we're gonna get another green source with the Bloodstained Mire, so let's actually just get a black source. We also have Into the North, which is awesome. So we have ramp, ramp, ramp. So Eldest Reborn might come down right at the perfect time. Oh, never mind. JK. Wait, you don't have a green source. One ring. Gotcha. Okay. That is an annoying one. That one gets around most of the stuff in our deck. I don't even know if we have an exile target enchantment or target artifact. But this is going to make them lose a bunch of life, so it'll eventually kill them. It'll eventually kill them. So let's do it like this. We can... I guess we can get green since we grabbed a black source last time, so we'll have even... We'll have triple black, triple green eventually when all is said and done. Draw a card. Sure. Crux of Fate, that's a great card. Okay, cool. So, what are we doing this turn? We're definitely Mind Stone into... I guess let's just get you and go get the Shockland, have it come into play tapped, and then we'll have Heartless Act up. Overgrown Tomb, that's what it's called. Enters tapped, and then we have Heartless Act if they get down Thalia. I don't really care about the first part, the creatures, but making our lands come into play tap is super annoying. Oh, they're just going to ramp. Interesting. Well, let's get rid of this while we can, so that Eldest Reborn only has one target if they play Thalia next turn. They're probably doing this because Thalia makes them sacrifice lands, so this gives them extra lands. It's a little too early to old stick fingers, I think. I think we need to work on their board first. So we can Balaged and get back into the north and ramp. And then we can get Bala Ged back eventually with Shigeki. Go get another black source. Because we already have triple green, so from here on out I think I'm just going to get black sources. Well, maybe not. Maybe we should get another green source. Oh, you're gonna hand that over? So this comes into play tapped. So we can... Oh, let's just read it real quick. Creatures and non-basic lands your opponents control enter the battlefield tapped. Whenever it attacks, sacrifice a creature or land and draw a card. Is there any creature in here right now? There is a campus guide. Let's use this while it's the most effective. Now it costs more. We can play our land untapped. If we do this now, we don't have a way to get back Shigeki. I guess I should have saved Bala Ged for that. I guess that was the original plan. We can also do this... You know what? Let's do this now, because Eldest Reborn will let us get Shigeki back on the battlefield. So that's a way around that. I don't think they're going to exile our graveyard. I don't think they're thinking about the game like that. Now they could. They're in black and they're in white, so they could do that. Oh, well, okay, never mind. They got around that plan. But that's okay. We have 2 removal options, so we still have ways to stall. And if they Wishclaw Talisman, we can go get what we need. Okay. Just explore here. Awesome. And we will pass. They're just going to keep taking damage from the One Ring. I know they're drawing a bunch of cards, but... You know, unless they draw like Casualties of War, I'm not super worried. Binding of the Old Gods. Are they going to blow up my Mind Stone? It's kind of weird. Or are they going to... They should blow up the Wishclaw. Yeah, okay, okay. That makes a lot more sense. Yeah, you got it, buddy. That's a good play. Oh my goodness. Demonic Bark. Do you not have enough cards? So they're going to exile the top 13. Cool. So those are all gone forever. No farewell. That's awesome. That would have been really bad against us. Or bad for us, I guess you should say. So do we want a Shigeki for 1 card? We can do it for 1. Is there anything that's worth it? I don't think so. They didn't really add anything to the board that we want to handle. Yeah, that's just more good stuff. So next turn we'll have what? 1, 5, 6, 7, 8. So we can Shigeki for 3 things. They're going to ramp here. That's fine. They're going to play Aetherflux Reservoir. Okay. That will gain them some life back, but they don't really seem like a storm deck, so very small amount of life. Ramp. Resolve. So I guess we can use dig up. We can go get dig up. Right? Yeah. Done. Pass. Shigeki. 2, 3. Dig up. Probably into the north. And you. Now they have to discard the hand size. The Celestis is great, so we should definitely get the Celestis down. We can afford to dig up and Blood Beckoning, right? So what do we dig up here? Nissa, maybe? Liliana? Casualties of War? I mean, these are all good options. Virtue of Persistence? They are in Abzan, so basically anything... I think probably Casualties, right? Because it continues to get rid of their stuff. We can get Virtue and really grow our mana base. I think that's the right call. We need a lot of mana before we can do anything. Let's get this before they have a chance to exile it. And next. So Aetherflux will help them gain some life back, but they have to play a bunch of small stuff. So this will gain them 1, and if their next spell will gain them 2. Resolve. Spathos library for basic playing cards. Really put here. Okay. Sure. Resolve. They can go Mastermind for something. Hopefully they don't have any exile, like Graveyard Exile, left in their deck, but they might. Usually Farewell is the one piece of Graveyard Exile that people keep in their deck because it's so useful for everything else, like all the other modes, but you never know. Okay, cut down, not really applicable here. So, we can Gix's command and get rid of Thalia again. We can march it and gain some life. We can Virtue and nothing else. Well, no, that's not true. Because we could do it like this. Now we have 6 mana left. Do they have a way to save it? They're gonna swords it to gain life. Sure. Resolve. I wonder if they deck themselves. Next. I wonder what they tutored too. Oh my god, it's like this one ring is gonna kill them. I mean, the Aetherflux Reservoir. Oh, okay. I see. Actually, so what does this do? Okay. Okay, so they're going to play a bunch of creatures and gain a bunch of life. Well, Gix's command's looking nice. They're going to blow up. So that's the funny thing about Shigeki, is that we just get it back. We'll get more green. Yeah. And they're still going to have to discard the hand size pretty heavily here. Yeah, well, they're gaining all their life back, so that's good for them. Do they not have to discard the hand size? I'm confused. Why don't they have to discard the hand size? Oh, Reliquary Tower. Yep. Okay. Lead with Windswept Teeth. Crack it. Go get a... Well, I guess we're out of basic... Oh no, we can only get a green source with Windswept Teeth. So this is... This can return Shigeki to our hand as well. So... We can... Shigeki to get Virtue, right? Shigeki. How much mana do we have? 1, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So we can Shigeki for 6. 6 total, so for 2 cards. So let's get you and you. Autopay. And do it like this. Return, destroy. Shigeki. Your turn. Tireless Provisioner. Yep. You can make a bunch of mana. Play Thalia. Okay. Is there anything juicy, like, creature-wise in their graveyard? Not really. Ulamog. Okay. That is a problem. Sure. That is definitely a problem. If we wipe the board and then we make him a sacrifice, we can get rid of Ulamog. But we're gonna... Yeah, we're gonna... It's gonna suck for a little bit. So next turn we'll have what? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So we'll have to wait a turn. Ugh, man. Well, there's always Necropotence. but it's pretty risky here. We can Crux of Fate and destroy the whole board except for Ulamog. And then we can go get Gix's command back with Shigeki, but then next turn they're going to play a bunch more creatures. So how good is that? What does this do again? Exiles the top 20 cards of their library, but not their graveyard. So their graveyard's safe from Ulamog. Okay. Well, we know we have to do this. And then... yeah, I think we gotta just pass, right? We can go get something, but then we still gotta wait a turn to use it. So I think this is better used to get a land for now. And pass, and we're just gonna have to take a hit from Ulamog. And then on their end step, we'll Shigeki, and hopefully they don't play any creatures. Unlikely, but we can always hope. Yep, there's a creature right there. Yeah, the indestructible creature. That's a tough puzzle to solve. We were well equipped for everything else, but that we were not well equipped for. Also, if they just get to 50 life here, they could just dome us. So we're kind of looking for the solution to two problems. But I think they got it here. We could have Lotus Cobra, or we could have cut down the Lotus Cobra. I'm not really sure it would have made much difference. Okay. Paradox Engine. Yep. Yeah, I think we'll just go to the next game because I think they got it here. They got it wrapped up. Yeah, I think we could have won that game if we had sequenced stuff differently. I kind of let them get away with like ramping and that kind of stuff for too long. But you know, Ulamog is a tough card for our deck to deal with. We don't have a ton of exile. We only have sacrifice effects, and the sacrifice effects are like edicts. I don't think we have Soul Shatter in the deck, but that might be a good include. Because that's a really cheap way to kill the biggest thing. At least in that situation, that would have been the best card. Okay, we finally go first, but we're playing this absolute miserable commander. But they are mono green. So their top end is the Eldrazi as well. They don't have a way to tutor or anything. They just have lots of ways of ramping and hopefully drawing into those creatures. So hopefully we can just blow up all their stuff. We have 2 lands, 3 lands technically. Dark Ritual. So we're very close to Blood on the Snow if we need to get there. Elspeth's Nightmare does not kill this because of course it's a XX. But this does. Okay, keep. This is a good hand. So we could play Balagad Recovery. We'd like to keep this to get Shigeki back after we hold Stick Fingers, but we can Blood on the Snow for the 2 snow mana, and if it's in our graveyard, we can get it back on the battlefield, and the Shigeki has that clause that lets us put it back in our hand. So I think because we only have 3 lands in our hand, we're going to play this as a land. Okay, well we just drew it, so that's fine. That works. Let's actually play Shigeki. Because this is... Mono green is one of the only decks that can't really interact with creatures except for fight spells, which I don't think they're going to do on their first couple turns. So let's do this. And next. Attack. And turn. We'll hold up Assassin's Trophy. Okay. They're ramping. Sure. Pass. My turn. Guess we'll draw a card. Phyrexian Arena. Yeah, I think we just... Well... Yeah, I think we just get Phyrexian Arena down, honestly. Card draw is good. We can't bounce Shigeki, so this is fine. And again, even if they remove Shigeki, going to our graveyard is what we built the whole deck around anyway, so I don't have to play too cautiously. Play their commander, which is a 4/4. Now they play lands, and they get double lands, because Wizards doesn't know how to make cards or play test their alchemy cards. They probably don't even play test them. Why are you touching my lands? Okay, that's also a removal spell. Perfect. Let's just do this now. Pay 3 life. They might have a hexproof effect or something like that. Are they gonna blow up one of my lands? Please blow up my Balagad Recovery. That would be so funny. Llanowar Waste? Sure. Fine with me. We'll go get a green source. Oh, I see. They're trying to ramp themselves. Gotcha. They're getting extra ramp by doing it that way. Okay. Yeah, let's just pass through the turn. I think we'll pop Shigeki back in our hand. Get some stuff in our graveyard as well. Okay, full control. Hopefully they let me respond to this before they play a land. Nope, of course not. Let's just, well, this gives them a land, right? Yeah. So cancel. Resolve. There's not a lot we can do against the land ramp. It's a broken card. Great Henge. Resolve. We'd probably want to Assassin's Trophy the Great Henge. The problem is it gets them a land, which gives them double lands. But this draws them cards, and cards are more important than lands. They only have 3 cards left in their hand. So this allowing them to... This is their best card draw spell. So this allowing them to draw cards every time they play creatures is gonna... That's gonna make it so that we can't keep up. Resolve. Hopefully we find a land in the top 4. Yes. So we can Blood on the Snow next turn. Get rid of that Scoot Swarm. Draw. Draw. Perfect. Okay. So now we have endless Blood on the Snow in our graveyard. So we really should be able to handle anything their deck throws at us from here on out. Except for the indestructible creatures. That's where we're going to have to come up with something. But we have all of our pieces. We have mana, our loop. Right on cue. So did you just draw that? Or was that in your opening hand? Like, I mean, come on. That's so stupid. That is so stupid. I've only played against this card 3 times now, and I hate it exponentially more each time I play it. So I take back nothing that I did. We played that game exactly the way that we would need to play it. They just lucked into Ulamog. I mean, there's no other way to say it. They didn't draw any extra cards. They played the Great Henge, which would have drawn them a ton of cards. We outvalued them. We handled everything that they did, except for their land ram, which of course we can't interact with. And they just have Ulamog. I mean, so dumb. So that's 2 games in a row where I've been Ulamogged. Fun. What does this do? Grakmaw Skyclave Ravager enters the battlefield with 3+1/+1 counters on it. Whenever another creature you control dies, if it had a +1/+1 counter on it, put a +1/+1 counter on this. When it dies, create an XX black and green Hydra creature token where this is the number X. Okay, so it's all about +1/+1 counters, and it's like a Hydra and all that. So go for the throat's good. Yeah, I think this is fine. This gains us life over time too, so that's good. This can get back Shigeki. I think this is okay. Do it like this. I think the ramp is more important right now. Huh? Whenever creature opponent controls dies, put a +1/+1 counter on this. And then what is this? Sacrifice another creature, gains indestructible. Okay. Sure. Evoke Despair is nice if we get black mana. So what do we do here? We have 5 mana. We can Old Stick Fingers, get Shigeki in our graveyard, and then Pulse. No. We won't have the mana to Pulse. We'll have mana for Go for the Throat, though. Yep, do it like that. I love that Old Stick Fingers is a cast trigger, too, which means even if it gets countered, it's still doing the thing that we need. So that can be a blocker. Let's just pass through the turn. Murderous Rider. Okay. They could pay 5 mana to adapt 3. I think we gotta kill this before they adapt it. This can gain indestructible. Okay. Sure. Yeah, take action. So they can play their commander if they want. They can level 3 this. Okay. Oh, that's the perfect card, right? So each opponent sacrifices a creature with the highest power and destroy each creature with power 2 or less. Well, we can return Shigeki. So we get rid of this guy. They keep the 3/3. You want to sack your creature in response and make it indestructible? I would love if you did that. Oh, they were the same power. Oh well, Invoke Despair gets them next turn. Or no, it doesn't. We don't have enough black. Oh, bummer. Well, Professor Onyx gets them. It does the same thing if we draw a land, so they'll be sacking one of these two. We can always Assassin's Trophy it as well. It does gain indestructible now if they sack their commander, but we'll figure out a way. Okay. Grim Tutor. Not really what we want. We can Grim Tutor for Crux of Fate, but this can gain indestructible. We can also Pulse just to gain the life. So now this is a 3 mana gain 6 life card, which is not completely irrelevant. Not having the 6th land is really awkward. We could Grim Tutor for a land. That's probably not it. We could Grim Tutor for Crux of Fate. And then hope they don't play another creature. Because then, if there's no creatures on the board, this can't sacrifice another creature to gain indestructible. So next turn we're taking, what, 7, 9? Yeah, that's rough. And then if we do this, yeah. So I think the right play here is just to blow this up. We can't blow this up because it can gain indestructible. But this will at least keep us live for a little bit longer, and then we can pulse and gain 6 life. And hopefully tread water that way. Oh, great. Forgot about that. Okay, well we gotta gain the life, so... Oh, we have to? Okay, well if we have to do it, let's do it our end step, or their end step, so they can't play it. Yep, you got it. We're really getting jacked on mana this game. Now you get to draw cards. Yep. I don't think it's lethal. 5, 7, 10, so it's not lethal. Yep, if we just had another land, we'd have so many things that we could do, but we just don't. We'll do one more. This deck is hitting some walls, but it's better than it's playing. It's tough in these videos because I know some other content creators, they'll record like 10, 15 games and they'll choose the best ones, but I don't have the time to do that. So I just play through like I'm streaming, and it's like whatever games I play while I'm recording are the ones you see. So a lot of the times when you watch someone else, they've handpicked the best games, and I unfortunately don't get to do that. And their sample size is a lot larger. So I think we've maybe played 5. This will be the 5th game. So, you know, if we actually played this deck 15, 20 times, we'd have a better representation of how good it is, quote unquote. But sometimes you just hit the pocket of, you know, a couple rough games in a row and it makes the deck look like it's worse than it is. But I think this deck is actually really good. I'm honest with you guys when I think a deck is bad. I think this deck is really good. We just hit some unlucky moments in the last couple games. Opponents going first is also, I think we've gone first once. Tap another merfolk you control, can't be blocked. Tap 3. What is it? Tap 3, draw a card. Tap 5, put a +1/+1 counter. Okay, so it's merfolk tribal. Yeah, I mean, this is decent. Cut down can't get their commander, but Assassin's Trophy can. Assassin's Trophy is such a good card because it gets anything, but it also ramps your opponent, so it's not ideal. That's better. Okay. We'll just have it enter tapped. Into the north. So I think next turn we're gonna snow-covered forest explore, then play the swamp. Draw a card. We can play 2 or more other lands, right? Yeah. Pass the turn. So now we have cut down up, just in case they play something. We also have Epic Downfall, which is nice. Is it 3 or greater? Yeah, 3 or greater. Resolve. This is not a merfolk. Adapt 1. Whenever one or more +1/+1 counters are put on, draw a card. Okay, so they can pay 2 mana to make this a 2/2 and draw a card. Let's see if they do anything in their second main before we act on anything. They might just adapt it. No? Okay, well let's get rid of this then. If they have a counterspell, then I'd rather them use it on their turn than our turn. Cool. That will help. So we could kill this now, which might be the right call, because they need merfolk to make their commander good. It takes pressure off the board, and then we can Epic Downfall their commander when it comes down, because it is 3 or greater. So we can old stick fingers to get Shigeki in the yard and then hold up Assassin's Trophy. So now they have 2 merfolk. So we can do this and still hold up Assassin's Trophy. I think we just do this now while they're tapped out. Merfolk decks have a lot of like sneaky counter spells and counter targetability and all that kind of stuff, so let's just get rid of that thing while we can. Again, the Epic Downfall can hit their commander. Okay, halfling. Can't be blocked. Okay, we can gain life with that. Exile their commander. We can just get rid of this now. We'll do for 2 to gain the most life. And we don't want to play that as a land. I mean, we do, but we don't, right? So, let's use it on Shigeki. Okay. Hopefully we draw something relevant. Fatal Push, that's nice. So let's go get Shigeki. Then we can block with Old Stick Fingers. I don't think any of these are unblockable. Okay, never mind. Take action. Yep, forgot about that. It can't be blocked. Just get rid of it now. This card needs other merfolk to do anything. So, while there are no other merfolk, it's just a 2/4. Yeah, so they must not have anything in their hand because they attacked with their Delighted Halfling. That's fine. We need the ramp. Now we can Shigeki for 2 cards. Do we need... We have a bunch of black. Let's get a green source. We can play Shigeki as a blocker. Didn't even think about that. But it's super risky, right? If they have a way of removing it. But they're in Simic? Like, what way would they have to remove it? They have 1 card in hand. Yeah, I think we just play Shigeki and cross our fingers. Nice. Well, now I can't block with it. Ramp. Get it back in our hand. Hopefully we hit a land. We already have the tomb, so let's not let's not take more damage than we need to. What else did we mill? Peshlin Haze is nice. because it would kill these two. So we can go get that. Yeah, we can go get that with Shigeki. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We can only get one card. Okay. We might have to play Shigeki again. No, I think we're at high enough life total. Let's just pass. Okay. So these are buffing each other. It's a lot of damage. Oh, they skipped their attack. Oh, we just got lucky there. That's a nice card. 1, 2, 3, 4. So we could go get Pestilent Haze and basically destroy everything, and then we could try to Necropotence into an answer. At least that turns on Ivory Tower, right? Yeah. I think we're in desperation mode right now, so X is 1. Where's it at? I just saw it. There it is. Autopay. Now if they have a counterspell, this is gonna suck. Watch them have the counter. That's been my luck tonight. They have one card in hand. What is it? What? Oh, because they're buffing each other. Oh, man. That was rough. Am I just dead here? 4. That's a really good one. Okay, well, I've fucked up the math on that. Not out of the range of misplays for me. So the real play would have been Necropotence, draw a bunch of cards, gain a bunch of life with Ivory Tower, which we can still do, but I just don't know if we can survive that long now. Why aren't they attacking with their other creatures? They're like letting me stay in the game. It's very weird. So let's see. They have 7, 10, 15. So they have lethal. So we can make them sack a creature. And we draw 2 cards. And maybe we draw a removal spell and we stay in the game. Necropotence doesn't really help us now because we're too low on life. Yeah. So what? They sack one of the 3/3s, but that makes their creatures smaller, so that buys us more time. Trying to draw a counter. They sack their... Okay, 2 lands. Super cool. So they're still attacking me for 11. Unless they don't. So we basically like have to draw a board wipe or else we're just dead. If we draw a board wipe, it's all good. Yeah. Yeah, we should have played the Necropotence. We would have been out of range of yeah. Well, I mean, it wouldn't have like completely fixed the situation, but it would have at least given us a lot of different looks at cards. Okay. Well, look, we just barely don't have enough life to do this, but we could have went and gotten a board wipe. But let's just go out on our own terms. Who plays a Merfolk deck anyway? Merfolk suck. Yeah, let's go get Crux of Fate. Perfect. Boop. Alright, well, I misplayed pretty hard in that game, but it would have been dicey with Necropotence too. So, let's do a deck review. Sorry I couldn't pilot it better. And that some of the matchups were a little bit awkward, but I'm glad the first game gave you an example of what the deck actually can do, and it can do it pretty consistently if you're a better player than me. So yeah, I like this deck a lot. Maybe I think I would put in some of the exile removal, like Tear Asunder. I don't know what I just got rid of. Done. Cancel. Done. Oh my god. How do I undo that? Alright, whatever. Not sure what I just clicked. But yeah, so that's the deck. I would add in like Tear Asunder and other exile removal effects. Maybe a Soul Shatter for sacrificing the biggest thing, because it seemed like we got hit with a lot of the Uamogs and stuff like that, and those are pretty common in the format, so having a way around that would be good. Otherwise, the deck is really solid. You may even want to, in this version, remove these Planeswalkers. I had kept them over from the last version, but they're all legendary, which means Shigeki can't get them back from the graveyard. So these are all dead. If they die and they're permanently dead, right? So maybe it would just be better to have like bigger spells. Like a good example would be Breach the Multiverse, although I don't think we'd hit anything on our side because I think it's creature or planeswalker, but we would hit something on the opponent's side and it would mill them, right? So you could steal a permanent from them. Other stuff like that. It's probably better in this deck. But again, you have to work around the restriction of only one creature. So you can't just put in cool Golgari creatures, which there are a lot of. You have to put in like Golgari spells and artifacts and things like that. So yeah, I think that's the way I would take the deck. I think that would make it a little bit better. I think maybe adding some more ramp too, because I noticed like a lot of the time we just didn't have enough mana and our opponents would have a lot. So adding in more ramp. So maybe taking out these planeswalkers, adding in ramp, and then you're probably good. That's probably the right way to do it. Anyway, thanks for watching. Appreciate it. This deck is super fun. Like I said in the middle of the video, I didn't really represent it that well in this video, but the first game really did represent what the deck can do. I love Graveyard Control. It's a super fun way to play Control, where you're just constantly getting back the same cards that you already spent. Instead of like Azorius Control, where you're trying to like draw more of those cards, you just get back the ones that you already spent, and you have an endless loop of casting the same stuff over and over again, and the opponent can't keep up. So yeah, try the deck out. Let me know what you think. Let me know if I missed any cards in here that should be in here that, are Golgari staples. Otherwise, subscribe. Have a good one. See you in the next video. Later.